Dan Matheson. I'm sure we all have our reasons for playing guitar or playing music and making music part of our lives. I started young, played violin, then to drums, where I played in the Navy band for a spill, then to guitar. Navy, all right. Much easier toting around a guitar than drum set. Yes, it is. That's why I play guitar. What was your journey in the music world and compel you to open a music store? From Oregon. Dan Matheson. Dan, well, started playing, I just always loved music and started in the school band in 6th grade. And then that answer kind of goes with the other one about Slash and Guns N' Roses and Metallica. And then the thing about the music store, again, watch for Pat's video, Pat David Music. He'll have that interview coming out soon. And I answer that question at great length there, so check that out. Next question. Asim. I'm not even going to say your last name, Asim. You're on Rob's forum, because I know you. How would you pronounce that? He's in India. India.
I don't know.
Asim, M-H-A-S-K-E. I'd really like to know the backstory to RNA music. Someone's already asked how you started it up, but I'm more interested in the why of it. He's an intelligent fellow there. He wants to know the why. Always ask the why. I think you mentioned that you worked in sales before, so what prompted the move to start RNA up? What were your concerns at the time, and what are your hopes for the future? Given the experience you have now, what advice would you give to your younger self?
Ooh.
Excellent question.
That's a good question.
Yeah, man. I can't think of your screen name on Rob's forum right now. It's in my brain, but oh, what is it? Dang it. Anyway, I know him. He's a cool dude. Again, most of that question can be answered in that video that I did for Pat. I did a long, there were some long answers on Pat's interview video that I did. And so you can get the answer to that as soon as Pat gets done and publishes it. Come on, Pat. Was there another part of that question? It keeps losing my questions. Oh, advice to my younger self? Like how much younger? Like 5 years ago when I was trying to start the shop, or like 13? I don't know. What do you think that means?
I would
Younger
let's
self.
say
Mary Angela Sooner. Like, if I could go back and tell my 18-year-old self, hey, there's this girl in Athens, Texas, you need to go meet right now. That's the only advice I would give myself. Meet Angela Sooner in life. Aww. Rob Stafarian, I know you. 2 questions. If a guitar hit the market which put all others to shame in every aspect, including price, would you stock it or worry about hurting your other sales? What do you think?
I don't think it hurt the other sales.
I think such a guitar does not exist. It's like asking who would win, Thor or Superman. Thor. If it put everything else to sale, everything else to shame, and like literally, and if there was enough profit margin, and I thought if I believed in the product, I would sell it. There's the short answer. Because we only sell stuff here that we like.
Yeah.
There's a reason we specialize in certain brands.
We don't stock it just because. We stock it because we know it's good and it's reliable and our customers will be satisfied.
Mm-hmm. And we like the company.
And we like the company and the people that we deal with through the company, and so.
Yeah, because you could have an awesome product and be a jerk face of a company.
And win.
And we probably wouldn't want to work with you.
Integrity seeks out integrity. That's how it is.
Yeah, man. Absolutely. All right. Mo Gator Productions. Is it Mo Gator or Mo Gator? Mo Gator is what I think.
I would think Mo Gator.
Mo Gator. It's like, you should be from Louisiana, but he's from Maryland. Mo Gator Productions. That's very country sounding.
The way you said it.
The way it just, Mo Gator Productions.
Productions.
It's probably,
sorry, we don't mean to mock.
It's probably Mogator. I don't know. I'm sorry. If I road trip to your shop from Maryland, will you help me find some banging Texas food? It's a slim chance that it'll happen, but it still might. I really want an ML1. Yes.
Yes.
If you come from Maryland to Texas, you could fly into Dallas, and we're about an hour from Dallas. Yeah, man.
Yes.
I'll take you to eat at my favorite places in Texas.
Yes. And then I'll cook you some chicken fried steak and mashed taters.
That's That you should do that because she cooks the best chicken fried steak I've ever had. I would grill you a steak. How about that? Homemade chicken fried steak and then a grilled steak by people in Texas who are Texans. That counts as Texas food.
Oh yeah, the best Texas food.
Deal.
Home cooked. Home cooked.
Home cooked. Deal. Come on over. Bunky 5150. Oh, yeah, Bunky 5150. So I'm a guitar player and bass player, and I've been looking at Rob's guitars for a while now. Kind of hard to want to buy something you can't feel first. How are the neck profiles on them, from the Cap 10 to the ML1 series to Rabia model, and they are they like Ibanez, like Fender, or Les Paul, more like ESP? Can you please give me some in-depth thought on the necks and how they feel compared them for us? That they don't have them around the cities, it's hard to agree. Will you be getting the base model soon? How much will it cost? I'd have to go look it up. I do not have one of the base models coming in on my shipment. The bases were on this last order. They were available to order this last order I put in. I did not order them. I ordered the ML3s instead because currently right now with Chapman, you have to order really big amounts of guitars from the factory to do it because it's factory direct.
Yes.
It's very different than every other guitar company out there. So I had to pick and choose what I thought would work best and sell best. So no, I don't have any bases coming. As far as the neck profiles, I would say they're probably closer to ESP, like on the ML2. The Cap 10, I have a buddy, Tim Worley, who asked a question about Godzilla. Godzilla Tim, who says the Cap 10 feels exactly like his Made in Japan Strat. It has kind of a thinner neck profile though, so they're comfortable. I would say closer to Fender-y neck profiles and a ESP profile for some of them. If you think about Rob was an ESP guy for a long time, and he was also a Fender guy for a long time, or played Fender guitars. He has a PRS, but he played ESP a lot, so you're on the right track with those. Maybe I'll give you a better answer in another video. Joe Boxer, the Explorer is awesome, but was there a guitar before your Explorer? If there was a guitar before the Explorer, what was it? Joe. Hi, Joe. Joe always comments on my videos. Such a nice guy. Yes, there was a guitar before the Explorer. My first guitar was a Takamine GZ300. Most of y'all will not know what that is, so I'll slap a little picture up. That's a Takamine GZ300. It's kind of like a double cutaway Gibson Les Paul. Nice flame top. Yeah, that was my first guitar. My parents bought that for me. I had it for about a year and a half, 2 years before I bought the Explorer. So it was my main guitar for about 2 years, and then once I got the Explorer, yeah, I didn't play it very much. It's a great guitar, made in Japan in the 80s. I traded it to Guitar Center when I was a teenager for an Ibanez or something. I was so stupid, shouldn't have done it, because Takamine only made electric guitars for like 3 years, and they went back to just acoustics, so yeah. Thanks, dude. Rebel Recluse. Despite the plethora. What's a plethora?
A lot. More than.
Would you say I have a plethora of guitarists?
Yes.
How much is the plethora?
More than two.
More than two.
More than
despite the plethora of good competing guitar companies in today's market, why do most of these companies seem content on mass-producing substandard guitars? The beginner guitars in the $100 to $300 market is oversaturated, yet most seem of poor quality. There's a longer. Is there any company attempting to focus on quality at a decent price for more advanced players, say the $700, $1,200 range? The guitars that are slightly more expensive than the beginner $300 to $600 range, most don't dramatically stand out from the beginner guitars all that much. There's an improvement in materials used, but the tone and performance most produce are on par with beginner guitars despite being slightly more expensive. Final questions. Why do so many guitar-oriented YouTube channels give such soft reviews of guitars that are utter garbage? Guitar World quickly comes to mind. They review a guitar but won't offer an opinion or go into details about it. Those are some good questions. I would say that some of your questions are really based on your opinion. Why are there a lot of beginner guitars in the $100, $300 range? You say it's oversaturated, but that's where most guitars get sold. If you think about it, most beginners are not going to buy an $800 guitar.
No.
Most parents are not going to buy their kids a $500 guitar because they want to know, they don't know if they're going to stick with it.
Right. They don't want to invest that kind of money on somebody that's just going to have to be sold. Just sold.
Yeah. And so, I mean, there's a reason there's a whole bunch of $100 to $300 guitars because that's the most bought demographic of guitars out there. Is there any company attempting to focus on quality at a decent price point for more advanced players, say the $700 to $1,200 range? I would say yes. Every company that has a guitar from $700 to $1,200 range,
that's good.
I would think that they are attempting to get quality. I mean, I have some expensive guitars that would fall into that bracket. I call them expensive. Some people wouldn't, but you know, that fit in that demographic.
For us.
Yeah, for me. I mean, I'm not going to buy a $3,000 guitar. Yet, but even then I wouldn't, because I find deals. What I would do is buy a $3,000 guitar that cost me $1,400. That's how I roll. But I have some guitars that are in about that $900, $1,000 range. Phenomenal guitars. In fact, I had a buddy's PRS Custom 22 over here 2 days ago. I was playing on it. It was really good. It was not $2,000 better than my $900 LTD. It wasn't. Was it better? Yeah. A little bit. It was maybe 10, 15% better in like playability and sound and tone and all that sort of stuff. It was not $2,000 better. So I would say that most companies that are in that $700 to $1,200 range, they're practically the same. You hit a price point with any product that once you get to a certain price, every company's putting out the same kind of quality of product.
Yeah. That's
my opinion. I mean, your opinion is, nah, they're pretty close to the beginner stuff. I would think a lot of people's opinion would be, no. I mean, once you hit $1,000, $700 to $1,000, you're getting a pretty good guitar for your money.
Yes.
Yeah. So, now as far as why do the channels give soft reviews, politics, really, because the music industry is a very, very tiny industry. Even when it comes to the sales side of it, like let's say I have a store, which I do, and let's say I review a guitar from a really big company that I'm a dealer for, and that particular guitar is crap, and I make a video saying it's crap, that company is probably not going to do business with me anymore. And if other companies see me calling somebody else's products crap, like real crap, and they know that, well, word gets around pretty fast in a very small industry. I might have a hard time doing business with anybody because, you know, everybody can put out a lemon here and there. That happens, but, you know, well, in Guitar World, you know, Guitar World is driven, they make their money, they don't make their money from subscribers and people buying the magazine. They make their money from their advertisers. Who are their advertisers? Guitar companies. So their main source of revenue is from the guitar companies that put the ads in their magazine. So if they start giving the people who are paying them crap reviews, then they're out of business. So it's a political thing. You know, you got to be real careful. Now I think there's a way to say something with tact and say, you know what, maybe I didn't like this guitar so much. It was this, 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 this. But generally, that's the price thing. Yes, a $100 guitar is going to be awesome. So maybe I should make a whole video just for your answer. I'm sorry. Brad at Plan Brad. What's your thoughts on the music scene of today, where it's easy for almost anyone to record and get themselves out there? Eventual death to record companies, oversaturation. What's your take on it? I think it's a great thing that almost anybody can record music and get it out to potential fans. Yeah. That's a good thing.
I think being that there's 7 billion people on the planet, and yes, I know not everybody has internet access, but if you have a certain kind of flair genre, well, more than likely the companies, big business companies, are going to pick you up. But you can find someone who has familiar taste quicker on the internet than you would having to go through all the different kinds of bureaucratic nonsense that big record labels make you jump through. So I think that it's really good. I don't think it is oversaturated enough because there's so many more people out there than
yes.
than the record labels could even possibly remotely get you in front of. So
I think it's good because the cream always rises to the top.
Yeah, and then there's that too.
It doesn't matter how saturated the market is. If your band is crap,
it's
not going to go anywhere.
It doesn't matter.
If your band is awesome and everybody in the band has their stuff together, like nobody's hooked on drugs and they don't show up late to gigs or they're hungover all the time or they don't show up to practice. Now that's not a band that's great. So that's what I mean. If your band is great, everybody can play.
Class act.
And everybody's professional.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're going to go somewhere.
No matter what.
Yeah. And because people will notice. The market will always sort of dictate what is good. But now everybody has more opportunity where record labels tend to force feed us what they think will sell.
Yeah, what they think. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it's a really, really good thing. Thanks, Brad. John Pizzarusso. Hi, John. If a tree falls in the woods and no one is around to hear it, does it make a sound? Paul DeGiro, you can't answer. Suck it, Paul. The answer, John Piz, to if a tree falls in the woods and no one's around to hear it, does it make a sound? The answer, John, is no. It does not make a sound. And if you can tell me why the answer is no in a comment on this video, John, who is my rep at D'Addario, he will like you. No, if you can tell me why the answer is no, I will send you a free set of D'Addario strings, courtesy of John Piz. All right. Do you think it makes a sound?
Yes.
Yeah. That's okay. Everybody has an opinion.
If you think of yourself as a tree and no one's around and you belch or you're talking, I mean, just because...
Trees don't talk.
By breaking the sound that they make.
Treebeard talks.
Yeah. It's a sound.
How do we know it's a sound? What's a sound?
How arrogant do you have to be to say that there's no one around?
Hypothetically, no one's around.
Someone.
Who's around?
Creatures.
There's not someone.
There's no, but they have ears.
But they're not people. You have to be people. If you're not a people, you don't exist. I don't know. The answer is no, and if you can tell me why the answer is no, you get a free set of strings. If you can tell me why John thinks the answer is no, let me do that. Because I know what John thinks. The answer is no for John. If you can tell me why, you get a free set of strings. And I believe that's all of the questions for today.
I think we should have an Ask Angela question.
Okay. What? I don't know if that's a good idea.
Why?
What if they ask bad questions about me? They probably won't.
Tell them that PG rated.
Yeah, it's PG. Okay. So thank you for all your questions today. I think it was awesome. I don't even know how long this video is going to be. We're going to try to keep it short, but I really felt like I should answer all these questions. Maybe in the future, if there's a ton of them, we'll just have to pick 5 or something. But thanks for asking. I hope I got to yours. I hope I answered it appropriately. I think it would be cool. Well, we're going to keep doing this. If y'all want us to keep doing this, we'll keep doing it. And we'll probably answer on Fridays. It'll be FAQ Friday. At RNA Music. And I think what would be fun this next time is everybody ask Angela a question. Yeah. If you have a question for Angela, we'll put that. This question's for Angela. How awesome is it to be married to Ryan? You know, stuff like that. That would be great. And
the world may never know.
I don't think the world could comprehend how awesome it is.
They're not ready for that.
They're not ready for it. So ask a question below. We'll answer it next Friday. If you have a question for Angela, say this is for Angela. If you have a question for me, ask one for me. And we will do our best to answer it. So thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it.
Yes.
I didn't expect there to be this many questions. I thought there'd be like 3.
Yeah.
From
People like you.
I thought it'd be like John Piz and Tim and Dave Lockwood. Dave Lockwood. That's who I thought would ask questions.
All your friends.
And Robert Baker.
And Robert Baker.
That's who I thought. 4 questions. But thank you guys for everyone else for asking. You guys are awesome. Thank you. We'll talk to you soon.
Yes.
Keep the music alive. The music needs you. We need the music. Bye.